Nigeria's daily petrol consumption reduces by 18.5 million litres in the wake of the subsidy removal. Hello everyone, welcome to newsspottv. The daily average fuel consumption in Nigeria has dropped by 18.5 million litres from 66.9 million litres pre-fuel subsidy to 48.4 after President Tinubu scrapped the expensive fuel subsidy program. Report says the drop marks a 28% decline in the daily petrol consumption in the country, according to data from the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NMDPRA). Reason for the reduction in consumption figures: the slump in consumption figures can be attributed to the smuggling of petrol from Nigeria to neighboring countries like Chad, Niger, Cameroon, and Benin Republic. It is reported that the price of petrol in Niger Republic jumped from 450 CFA during the petrol subsidy era to 800 CFA after the removal of the fuel subsidy. The Group Managing Director of NNPCL, Mr. Mele Kyari, had earlier complained of the smuggling of Nigeria's petrol to other neighboring countries. He said there is no data on the total consumption in the country, but what they know is the total number of trucks that leave the depot daily. Mr. Kyari lamented in an interview that Nigeria's fuel goes as far as Sudan in North Africa. Some backstory: Nigeria has maintained a decade-long petrol subsidy to keep prices down for its large population. In recent times, the funds spent on these subsidies have eaten deep into government revenues. In 2022, the country spent around $10 billion on petrol subsidies, more than it spent on education, health, and social services combined. Nigeria's former finance minister earmarked 3.36 billion naira on petrol subsidy for the first 6 months of 2023. Various presidents in the past have tried to remove the much petrol subsidy to no avail. However, in his inauguration speech, President Tinubu announced that there is no provision for fuel subsidy, then it is gone. This move led to an increase in the price of petrol across the country. So let's take some comments. The first commenter here says, the higher the price, the lesser the demand. It will come to a time that only those in government will use cars in Nigeria as the fuel prices continue to increase. Another said, because the poor masses can no longer afford it, fuel is now only for the rich. Another said, the NNPCL and all in the marketing PMs are enemies of Nigerians. Now that the subsidy has been removed, our fuel will further reduce to 10 million litres. In fact, no subsidy was removed because they want to be collecting the subsidy directly from the public, hence the high price of fuel. Another said, government does not provide water, road, electricity, fuel, etc. for the masses again. So why are they in government? Another said, well, it will keep reducing because we can no longer buy fuel at this new price. Okay, so those are the few comments that have trailed this announcement that Nigeria's daily petrol consumption has reduced by 18.5 million litres as we are getting to the reality of fuel subsidy removal. Now, this particular act has had a lot of effect on Nigerians because we used to buy fuel several weeks ago at about 185, 187, 200 naira to above 500 naira at the present moment. The margin of the increase is what a lot of Nigerians are struggling with at the moment, to say, how are we going to survive with this? Because once the prices of fuel goes up, everything in Nigeria goes up. And the truth of the matter is, when prices go up, they rarely come down in Nigeria. Commodities are way high up for people to be able to afford right at the moment, as people can barely feed. It is even being said that some people just are fainting out of starvation and hunger. People, instead of, using public transport to even move from one place to another, especially those covering long distances, people have to now either take public transport to a point and now do the work all the way to their destination, leading to a lot of fatigue, leading to a lot of frustration, depression. People just shout at each other at bus stops. The anger in the land is so palpable. And even the school fees right now, schools are complaining that, of course, because of this hike in the price of petroleum and every other commodity, that by September, things are going to go higher. The palliatives the Nigerians have been waiting for does not seem to be anywhere in sight at the moment, as people were thinking that, okay, with this, palliatives will be given to reduce and cushion the effect of this very harsh economic reality that we found ourselves in Nigeria. Remember, before ex-President Muhammadu Buhari left, he collected a loan of about $800 billion from a world organization that is said, he alleged, that it's going to be used for subsidy. But where has the money gone? Nobody has been able to talk about that. Nobody knows where the money has gone to, and people are still suffering and crying. And just a few minutes ago, it was announced that by the presidency that some taxes that were earlier suggested by this administration will be suspended, because of the cry out that has been going on. Also, a youth group of the APC has cried out to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to say, yes, they are APC members. Yes, they work for Tinubu and Shetima campaign group, and they were able to succeed in getting him to that seat. But that the suffering by Nigerians right now is unprecedented and unbearable because of the high cost of living, and that the presidency should do it as a matter of urgency to address this alarming situation. So that's where we found ourselves. What's your opinion on this? Please drop your comments in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Do remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. To our new subscribers, thank you so much for joining. And to existing subscribers, thank you for always stopping by. We'll see you in the next video. Have a lovely day. May God bless Nigeria. Bye for now.